Hey, what's going on, guys? Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. You're beautiful. I love you. I hope everybody's getting ready for a nice little weekend. Super Bowl Sunday coming on up. I'm going to go be watching with my boy Leroy over at his little shindig. Maybe we'll live stream something. We'll get some halftime reaction and pop on and see what's going on there. Maybe we'll get some silly sauce. Could be some reunions going on as well. We'll see. Wanted to get into this. So Tua was supposed to make the media rounds today at Radio Row, but apparently it was cut short. Did go on a couple of shows and very excited about some of the stuff that I was hearing from the Dolphins QB, namely that he's taken judo, and quite frankly, genius. I mean, you talk about a fantastic idea and learning to control your body and falling. Judo. Amazing. I love it. This is right up there with Tua going to the cold weather, going to Maryland to learn to play in the cold, and what the effect it had there with the Buffalo game there at the end of the year, huh? Looked fantastic. So I love it. I love the fact that we're thinking outside the box. It's one thing, everybody can, do trust falls. Anybody could do that. You can get Tua in a gi. Judo, dude. That's what I'm talking about. We got some great judo practitioners right down here, too. Talking to my guy Hector Lombard. All right, get him over there with Tua, a great world judo competitor. You got the great Kayla Harrison, who is down here in South Florida, trains at American Top Team, a judo great. It could be some great, because the best need to teach the best, in my mind. What are we gonna do? We're gonna send Tua there. He's gonna be, with the other judo novices. Let's get him right to that expert course so we can have him hip flipping somebody who is, trying to bear down on him. Just take Milano on the Bills, that dirty player, and flip him right on his head. So I like that is the martial arts of choice too. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't recall watching many judo matches, but it would be interesting to see, let's see Tua just get absolutely ravagely crazy about it, and I would love to see Tua just get up to black belt. I think that would be awesome. Really, and quite frankly, I think that would be just tremendous. Just be careful of arm bars. I don't want Tua getting anybody ripping that out. I mean, it's a very, very expensive, important arm for everybody. It's probably why we got to keep him out of jiu-jitsu. Too many of those, weird bending things that I can't. I can't be having that happen to QB1. So that was cool. It's had some pretty interesting things to Kay Adam and Nate Burleson about being a father now. So that was some beautiful things, and was, pretty clear that he had no intention on walking away from football. I saw the Levitard interview. I know that got a lot of Dolphin fans pissed off, which I think, I have a very biased eye on that. I love those guys, and know that the bit and the show is always the show. And I think it seemed a little bit clunky there at the end, but you have to realize, I don't think people realize how difficult that setup is, because you have people that are there doing the interview. You have people on a laptop doing an interview. It's a lot of people hopping in and doing, and it can be a bit of a whirlwind, and it gets some people in trouble sometimes. And, because with the Levitard show, when Leo and I do an interview, it's two people. It's not usually a whole ensemble of people doing the interview. With, Tap Down doing with Sean, it's back and forth. It's bim, bim, bim. It's back. It's 1 for 2. It's not, when you have literally this, parade of people who can throw questions at you and you don't know where they're coming from. I think I can understand why it comes off as clunky. People get very crazy because of the word murder getting thrown around. We're obviously trying to make light of a serious situation, because it seemed ridiculous that Levitar was bringing up the Chris Nowinski thing, where if Tua would have gotten, he could have charged the Dolphins. So I don't know. I truly don't think Tua is a guy who pays attention to the noise at all. So I think it all just flew over his head. But I think the ramifications of it were that apparently he canceled the rest of the interviews the rest of the day. I don't know if one thing had to do with the other, or it just happened to be he was done doing interviews. Maybe he was bored of it. I don't know. It's hard to say. I do think that it was, Dan is going to get good questions out of me because he's one of the best interviewers in the game. And he did get to reveal that, family, wife, all that did have concerns about him continuing to play football. But ultimately, Tua said it's his choice. It's his health. It's his mind. And so, I do think that's an important thing that's out there now. That Tua has said, yeah, family has had concerns. Even with everybody getting crazy and mad at, the Levitard show, I do think that was an interesting nugget to get out of there, that Tua does have people around him and close to him personally who were concerned about what last year was and everything that went around him, and how he's going to approach the rest of his career, which we've answered. He's doing judo. So everybody can stop worrying, okay? There's nothing to be concerned about anymore. The dude's going to do judo, all right? He's going to hip flip some defensive linemen. They're going to have no shot, dude. It's going to be tremendous. They're not going to know what hit him. So it was, but honestly, it was good to see, good to see him out and about, doing some media, doing some things. I know people got crazy because, he didn't do Pat McAfee, and he, and I'm glad he canceled on that bum Chris Sims. Like, that guy didn't deserve an interview, for God's sakes. What are we going to do? And there was at one point, shout out to Billy, where he goes, hey, this Chris Sims? And he just hits him with a nope. So I like that very much. I did enjoy that. And it made me happy. So, yeah, maybe you didn't get as many interviews as you thought you were going to get with Tua, but I do think that all in all, we learned the two most important things is that, he is comfortable and is going to continue to play football. Family's a little bit concerned for sure. And he's learning judo, which I do think that Leroy Horde, my guy, is going to be upset about, or was upset about, because I think Tua, I think he did want to teach Tua how to learn how to fall. Leroy did that. He did the snap back of the head thing, and he fixed it. And I was like, well, you're going to teach Tua? I'm like, y'all golf at the same place. Go teach him how to fall. But he doesn't have to anymore because the dude is learning judo. So, God, I am so excited. Like, I do hope, we usually get some good Tua stuff during the offseason, throws and all that. I'm going to need, I don't know if the judo leader is called a sensei. I got to be honest with you. I'm sorry to the judo community and my ignorance on that one. As a guy who likes fighting, I should probably know that. But whoever the head coach is there, I would like some behind-the-scene footage of Tua learning the judo. That would make me just really, really happy. And it made me happy to see him out and about. Even with his little subway board there. It's got to be better than whatever the hell the Russell Wilson sandwich was last year that everybody was making fun of. There's no way that Tua comes out with a sandwich that is not delicious. And, quite frankly with him, probably sweet. That's just how it seems. Dude is classy as hell. And, seems like he's digging fatherhood too, which is awesome. That he gets all this time to grow into that role, because that will certainly, that does change your perspective on things. As everybody who watches this and has kids know, it does, change your perspective on things and put stuff in a different place from a mental standpoint, from a, work ethic standpoint, all that stuff. So, another thing that I'm sure also plays into him wanting to is that, yes, you think about the health of yourself, but also you think about wanting to provide for your kids. And while Tua, I think will be fine, even if, he didn't land that generational wealth contract, doesn't mean you don't want to land it, and you don't want to make sure you set up you and your family for the rest of time. So, it was exciting to hear that he seems to be mentally doing well, but mostly it's exciting because he's doing judo.